Ghosty fam. We are so glad you're joining us for the Activity Continues podcast. If you're new here, we are friends and soul sisters who recap episodes of the TV show The Dead Files, and we talk about other creepy shit as well as mundane stuff about our lives. I'm Amy.
And I'm Megan. Thanks for joining us again. This week we're doing something a little bit different. We're talking to Randy. He is a client of The Dead Files from season 14. And we had just a really, really good conversation with him.
Yep. It was good. He surprised us at the end there by throwing some stuff in.
We're not going to say, so you listen to the end. You
just have to listen to the whole thing. But we were like, this is a whole
obviously
new layer.
Anyway, because why wouldn't you listen to the whole episode?
Of course, you got to listen to the whole thing.
Get ready. Pick your jaw off the floor because I, as the youths would say, I was shooketh.
Shooketh.
Is that what the kids say nowadays?
I think that's what the kids say. That's what they say on TikTok anyway. And that's
where I get all of my news.
That's right. Me too.
I know. Everybody is like, don't get your news on TikTok. I'm like, why not though?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? We do have a couple new YouTube subscribers that I want to shout out. One of them, their screen name anyway, is Marilyn Monroe.
I'm pretty sure
Unless
that's who it is.
Unless it's the ghost of the famous actress. I'm guessing that's not their real name.
How dare you? It could be.
It could be.
She's very technological. But yes, thank you, Marilyn Monroe.
Yes. And the other one is the Scarlet and Gray Witch.
And the best subscriber we got this week was Amy.
Merlin the Magic Dog.
Which
is the Scarlet and Gray Witch's dog.
Yes.
Yes. So, and that dog has a lot of followers.
129.
Way more than we have.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think we're up to 30.
Hey, at least we have double digits.
I know.
There's that.
I know. Yep. There's no content warning or anything here for this episode. It turns out there is a little bit of a content warning. We did talk about suicide and near-death experience and accidental overdose in our conversation with Randy. So there you have it. And we just shoot.
He was really calm about the stuff that was happening in his house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very,
nonchalant.
Very matter of fact, I just hear these voices
and I made pancakes and there was a shadow person and it was fine. Oh, Randy.
Right.
He was very calm and not at all how I would be or was.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Randy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm Megan. I don't think we've met yet. I'm the other half of the duo.
And I'm Amy, the one that you've been emailing.
Yes.
How was your weekend, Randy?
Not bad. I just worked the whole weekend, so it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm a millwright welder for Chrysler.
Okay.
Okay.
2 years and I can retire, so it's not too bad.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting. Do you have any plans for retirement?
Just making arts and crafts and stuff.
That's what Megan does.
What kind of arts and crafts do you do, Randy?
I do welding, make crosses and horseshoe stuff.
Oh, neat.
Woodworking too. I can make woodworking stuff too.
Oh, cool.
Oh, how fun. I just love it. It's just so relaxing. It's just, therapeutic in a way.
Fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, good.
I can't wait to retire. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. I've got a few years though.
Yeah. Well, I would like to do it now, but my husband says I have a few years too.
Rude.
I know.
Maybe find a new husband.
I mean, it's not too late.
Just kidding. I love Craig.
I'm kidding. He's all right.
We'll keep him. It's bold.
It's bold. So we just, Megan and I were just talking about your video that you sent to us.
Yeah.
So are we looking at the same thing that you intended for us to look at, where we saw what looked like a white
missed.
Go down the stairs.
Yeah. Well, I first saw it like come up toward the camera, but then I saw it like bounce down the stairs.
Yeah, it was like it was taking steps going down, like following it.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked to me like your camera sensed that it was something.
Yes,
and
because
it
the screen kept, I saw that the square kept like where it detects the motion kept moving. Yeah.
That's what ours does too. And it like, goes around the person or around the dog or whatever. And so it detected it too. That was
See, that's why I'm kind of afraid to get a camera like that because I don't want to know if there's, I mean, I'm sure there is, but you know what?
Ours has never caught anything except animals and people that were supposed to be there. So
I put the camera on the stairs because the day before that, when I walked out of the bedroom, there was a black shadow sticking through the gate we got on the stairs.
Wow.
And it was looking at me, and then when it saw me, it went down the stairs. My dog saw it, ran around, and watched it go down the stairs.
Oh my God.
So I kind of just froze at the bedroom door, and I was screaming, "What the is that?" And, and then that's why I put the camera on the stairs.
Oh, smart.
The next day, that's what was recorded the next day.
Have you gotten anything since then?
A couple of different screeching on audio and stuff, but nothing else on the videos.
Okay.
So let's rewind a little bit and go to before you contacted the Dead Files. So what kind of, you said in your email that there was a whole bunch of other stuff that was going on in your house that they didn't even cover in the Dead Files episode. So what was going on? What made you decide to contact them?
Because my wife was really sick, and I thought maybe she had like a demon preying on her or something.
Sure.
Keeping her ill. I had like 18 episodes, and I think I had the most episodes out of everybody.
Sure.
Hearing voices and seeing things, and a lot of stuff in the bedroom too. The bed shaking at night, TV coming on at night. What else? The one time my wife said, "Stop shaking the bed," and when she did that, something like the size of a football popped up on my feet under the sheets and started moving up my leg.
Oh my God.
Then it got to my knee, and it kind of stopped at my knee, and it just dissipated and went back down.
Wow. Could you feel it on you or just see it?
I could feel a lump moving up.
Wow.
I didn't because the lights were out, but
yeah.
Oh,
so
God.
when you say that you see like shadows and apparitions and stuff, do they have a shape? Are they shaped like people, or is it just kind of like a mass?
Mine was shaped like a person. My wife saw one walking from the girl's bedroom to the other girl's bedroom with a hat on.
Oh, wow. So it was that detailed.
Yeah, she has premonitions that come true. So that's probably where my daughters get it from.
Sure, yeah.
So
how does she get her premonitions? Is it like dreams? Is it visions? Is it?
She was driving a car and would get a premonition like it was happening at the time.
Okay.
That's scary.
Wow. Yeah.
But my youngest one is the one that sees and can hear and talk to them. So she sees them everywhere, like at her friend's house, or we were in Alabama going back to my uncle's house, and we're going down a dirt road, and she goes, Does your mirror move? And I said, yeah, why? And she goes, because there's a guy in the back seat right now staring at me.
Holy shit.
Said, he was kind of blurry, but I can't really see him good, but he's blurry, but he's back there.
So you could see him?
Oh my God.
I couldn't, she could.
Oh, okay.
So, and then when we were coming back from Florida the one time, she saw somebody standing in the middle of the road, almost swerved to miss him, but it was a spirit. And while we were driving, it was next to the car, looking in the car, she said.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, she sees them all the time.
Wow.
Creepy.
Yeah.
So did Amy or anybody else tell you that you guys were all sensitive?
They said we're all sensitive, but I just see things once in a while. I don't, not like I don't know.
Not like your daughter.
Yeah, the daughters especially, but somebody told me that I died twice when I was a kid, so I don't know if that.
Oh,
That's bizarre.
Yeah, I OD'd on my grandmother's heart medicine when I was like 5 or something.
Oh my God.
Oh dear.
Twice. I ate it twice. So
Maybe it tasted like candy.
Yeah, was it good?
some medium told me that I died twice that day.
Wow.
Wow.
So, who knows? Maybe I did.
Yeah. Well, that would be a definite kind of event that would cause you
trauma trigger event that could make that stuff happen. Like your youngest daughter, Audrey, right?
Yeah.
Didn't she have like a track accident that then she could start seeing people after that?
She hit her head and had a real bad concussion, got knocked out.
Yeah.
So after that, she started seeing spirits and stuff walking
And she
around.
never saw it before?
When she was little, she would see things.
Okay. Okay. So that just probably like kind of awakened it again.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what they say. But she had some little dead girl falling around for a couple months.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
And she said, I can definitely tell she's dead because she had she was burnt or something.
Ooh.
It makes me think of The Sixth Sense when Haley Joel Osment could see all the spirits.
Yeah.
She was going out with this guy and went to look at his pickup or something in the barn or something. And when she looked around the barn, there was a guy with a baseball cap kneeling down. And then he waved to her. And I guess that was his father that passed away.
Oh my gosh.
But she never told him that she saw him.
Really?
Yeah.
So
wow. So what is she, did they give any recommendations to her outside of what they told you in the show about how to
just try to protect herself with a bubble. That's why Amy couldn't read her room, because she had a protective bubble on.
Sure. Yeah.
So she couldn't read anything in her room. She had to remove the bubble. And once she removed the bubble, the mediums that came in to cleanse the house said that there was bodies on top of bodies in there waiting to see her.
Holy buckets.
Okay. Wow.
But she's like a beacon to all the spirits.
Sure. Yeah.
We've seen that in a couple of other episodes where there's like the person is trying to like not quite believe that all these people are really coming and trying to like, no, I don't see that. I don't see that. And then the people just keep coming because they're like, you're the only one that can see me.
Yeah. So, which is kind of sad if you think about it in the spirits. Like they're just trying to, I don't know, maybe like move on.
They just want some help usually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had her bubble, and she could, when she closes her eyes, she could see the bubble and her in the bubble, but she could see some figure clawing at the bottom of it, trying to get into it.
Bless her.
And then when she prayed about it, this lady in white showed up and protected her the rest of the night from the
good.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's really nice that, she has her faith to kind of help her out and get her through.
Yeah, I had some ghost hunters come in. Pretty good ones. And they told her to take to a haunted place and see what she sees. So I took her to Eloise.
Yeah.
The sane asylum. So she saw a few things there and heard voices and stuff. But she said when she got home, she would close her eyes. It's like her eyes recorded everything when she was there. She saw everybody that died there, and she could see all them decaying when she closed her eyes.
So bless her.
Hundreds of people decaying when she closed her eyes.
Oh my gosh.
So it kind of freaked her out. And
yeah.
To say the least.
She didn't want to go anywhere after that.
I bet.
I don't blame her.
Yeah. Oh, that's too bad. So what kind of, can you maybe recap a little bit for people in case they haven't seen the episode, kind of what, Amy told you and, how it all went with them?
We never really met Amy because she's like,
oh, that's right. She was in the other room.
She's afraid of COVID real bad. So Steve came in and interviewed us all during the week. He's really a nice guy. We got along real good because he was in the Marines. I was in the Marines.
Oh, you were? Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for your service.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, he just went through, they interviewed us before this. And so they put us up in a hotel. We weren't sure, if Amy would even see anything. So when she came through, though, the producer said, yeah, you're definitely on for a go because she saw some stuff, but they wouldn't tell us what she saw.
Yeah.
We had to take everything out of the house that was personal,
Right.
so she wouldn't get no pictures or nothing. So
she wouldn't be influenced or anything.
Yeah. So she wanted to know who it was that lived here. Nobody that she couldn't tell her any information.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it went pretty good. The cap on the thing she saw was there was a guy that got killed. He was in the garage. Then there was a guy that walks around the house that causes all the pain for everybody. He's the one that messes with me at night.
Sure.
So the one medium told me that he would say horrible things to me, but she wouldn't tell us what he said. So then what else? There was a kid downstairs that was decaying. And I kind of thought that it was my cousin down there, but I don't know. They never showed that in the episode.
Okay. Sure.
Because he killed himself at 19 years old.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And his mom was here a couple times, so I thought maybe she brought him with him, and then he stayed. But and Amy said the kid was about 14, but she couldn't hardly tell because he was all decayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the lights would go on in the basement too on their own. There's no way the lights could come on because the switch is in the middle of the room, that part of the room where the lights came on. So, yeah. And my daughter would see black shadows. During the taping, she was laying in her bed and she felt something, looked up, and there was a black shadow leaning over her. Yikes. And that's the one that said, not sure it was her or the other daughter said it was going to kill her.
Oof.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. She heard someone say, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, I've seen a shadow walk from, this was years ago, but I was in Wisconsin and I was at my aunt's and I'd had stuff follow me everywhere. But it was interesting. I'd been in a wedding and I had these little twisty things in my hair. And the shadow walked around the bed and leaned down and was looking at him, and I could feel confusion. Like the shadow was like, what are these
in
things?
Your hair?
Yeah. Because I had taken him out and set him on the bed, the nightstand. And I thought it was the guy that I was dating at the time, just getting chapstick or whatever. And then he walked in through the door and the shadow vanished. So
yikes.
It's jarring to say the least.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's kind of freaky when you see the shadow. And I wished I would have ran to the gate and watched it go which way it went, but then it froze.
Yeah, well, I would think I would freeze too.
Yeah. Or I'd poop my pants and have to go change. I mean, those are the only options I would have.
And the other daughter, it said, what the hell to her in her ear. So I think it told Audrey it was going to kill her, and then what the hell to the other one.
Okay. Yeah. So when you hear the voices, do they sound like quote unquote normal voices? Are they distorted at all? Are they a whisper?
The normal voice, like a woman.
Okay.
Everybody was away and I was in the bedroom. We got a bathroom there. And I was laying in bed with the dog, going to bed, and I heard like 3 knocks on the bathroom door. And I'm like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
And then I could hear 2 people talking. I couldn't understand what they're saying, but I could hear a conversation going on between a man and a woman, and I couldn't tell what they were saying, but it couldn't have been anybody outside because it was like 3 a.m.
Right.
And it was like February.
That's brisk. Yeah.
Nobody's at that time. So, and every 20 minutes or something, the dog would bark, something like toward the bathroom.
Okay.
And I've had it where I was working midnights. I was laying in bed and somebody came in the bedroom, opened the door, walked in.
Wow.
And then they went and shut the door and left. And I'm like, what was that? And I asked her if she came home for lunch. She said no. and nobody else was there either. So that was like when we first moved in, like 2 years after we moved in. So
Mhm.
it's been going on since we moved in, voices and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you've been in that house for a long time, 20 some years, right?
23 years.
Wow.
Wow. So it happened even before you had your girls.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, you'd hear voices and stuff like
Right.
that.
So do you get any kind of malicious feelings from any of the spirits other than the ones who said, I'm going to kill you? That's obviously not nice, but
Not too much that way, but some anger and stuff building up on you. And sometimes I would get like lost time,
mhm.
sitting there, and then you all of a sudden it's like a half hour later, you're like, what's going on?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah, the time would go by really quick for some reason.
Mhm.
It's so bizarre.
Mhm.
I've had that happen to me too, and
Yeah,
I
you
can't
have.
explain it. It's just so weird.
Yeah, you have some stories of like the patio furniture cushion.
Yeah, my husband and I were setting out. This was in the summer, beginning of spring, and we were setting out the patio cushions on the picnic table, and he was getting them out of the garage and handing them to me, and I was putting them on the benches and wrapping the thing around and fastening them. And I had I can't remember all the details, but I think I had 2 of them done.
You had 2 done.
And he came out with another one, and then I turned my back, and when I came back, he was coming back out with the third one, which he had, in my mind, had already given me.
Right.
And I had already put on the bench. But he said he did not. And that was
Yeah, crazy.
that I know he handed me that third cushion, and he said he never did. Not till he did later. Anyway, it was bizarre. I've had a couple things like that happen, and I can't explain
Freaky.
it. And
yeah. Glitch in the matrix.
Yep.
So Randy, how many dogs do you have?
2 right
2.
now. Mhm.
And how do they react to all of the activity? Do they acknowledge it, or are they?
The pug we got would sit there and look down the stairs
Mhm.
a lot. About a month ago, she wouldn't walk by the stairs. She would just stand at the one end. You'd have to pick her up and bring her through because she wouldn't.
Sure.
Or she would hug the wall, and then
sweet baby.
looking at this, hug the wall, and then hurry by.
oh,
You knew she was seeing something.
yeah.
Right.
That was just about a month ago.
Right.
So I think she staged again and and now she can walk by there.
Okay.
But for like a week or so, she wouldn't walk by the stairs because the stairs are in the middle of the house.
Mm.
Okay. Yep.
So she was always real afraid to go by the stairs. But the other one, he doesn't. I don't know. He's a Boston Terrier.
Okay.
But he doesn't. Sometimes he'll look at something though, and he'll be looking,
Mhm.
like he's seeing something.
Mhm.
But the pug is the one that was see it on the stairs and stuff.
Okay. But they don't growl or bark,
No.
act real aggressive. That's good.
The pug will bark once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Weird because she's deaf, so
Oh.
she might. I don't know what she's seeing, but she'll bark once in a while.
Is she elderly or?
I think she's 13 or 12.
Okay. She's getting up there.
Yeah, she lost her all of a sudden for some reason. I don't know why, but.
Oh, how are Holly's health issues now? Is she doing better?
Yeah, she's doing better.
Okay, good.
She's had some implants put in to deaden the nerves in her back.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
She's had 19 surgeries.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And they all are results of the activity? Or most of them?
No, we're not sure on that.
Okay. Yeah.
Some of it is and some of it isn't, but just like real bizarre stuff. If something, she gets infections, she gets
right.
A lot of stuff after the surgery.
Okay.
Okay. So, and I did contact the demonologist, and him and his wife do demonology, because I thought it was probably a demon or something because I didn't hear from the dead files. And they said that there was 5 demons in here and that they remotely bound them and removed them.
Oh,
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
There is a such thing as remote binding. So
What's that?
where they bind the demon and remove it.
Okay.
And it was weird because I was reading a book on prayers to remove demons.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day when I opened it up, it said binding demons after he told me.
Wow.
And it was just bizarre that the next day I went to open the book and the next page was binding demons.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even know that was a thing.
That was all before the dead files came over, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Yeah, because I didn't hear from them. I didn't think we had a case or anything because we, not like some of the cases you see, they have people walking around all the time. You see ghosts everywhere and stuff, but
yeah,
I didn't think we had that much. But she contacted me, and then they were supposed to come out here in 21, and 3 days before were coming out, they canceled everything for COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So we're like, are you kidding me? This is just perfect.
Yeah.
So, and then we didn't know if we'd ever hear from them again. So a year later, we finally heard from them again where they were going to come out.
Well, it sounds like all the activity you have is a lot. Like you've got a lot going on.
Yeah.
They said we had enough for like 2 shows.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
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 So I think you said in the Facebook group that that you had the people out, they did the cleansing, and that things had calmed down. But I think you said that there's still some stuff. It's not necessarily the evil, scary stuff that you were having before.
Yeah, my daughter hasn't said nothing about anything bothering her, but she won't tell me anything anyway because I ask too many questions because I like paranormal, and so she won't tell me anything because I'll ask, well, what were they wearing? How old were they?
That's what we would be doing too.
Yeah. So, but she hasn't said nothing about being, traumatized anymore. And the other one said she hasn't seen anything either because there used to be a lady in white that would be in the hallway and in the front room. Mm-hmm. She'd see her a lot. So we did have a medium out here before all that. They came out and she said that there was a man and woman in our bedroom. There's a woman in the one bedroom. There's a woman in the other bedroom. There's a man and woman in the kitchen. Jeez. So, and she said when she went to my Audrey's room that there was water, like depression and like she explained it like heavy water, so.
Yeah.
Where we're at now, we do have water running under the property at like 27 feet.
Really?
Down. So maybe that has something bringing it in and out.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
The energy flowing down there.
The guy that got killed, he's like a mile away from us, direct shot. Mm-hmm. So we would go by his house every day going to daycare or whatever with them. So we could have picked him up that way.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, maybe.
Is that the one that was killed in his car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. His house is just, a mile, straight line a mile, but it's only like 2 or 3 miles to get to his house.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so it's really close.
Yeah. And before, which is really weird, the daughter of the guy that got killed came up to our house. She found our house somehow. And was talking to my wife and saying that he wasn't involved in mafia stuff, and she wanted to be there when they released him. Uh-huh. I think he's still here though, from what they said that he didn't want to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So, I don't know. I used to be a mechanic, so maybe he likes my mechanic's tools in the garage or something. I have no idea.
And he's not malicious. He's just kind of hanging out.
Yeah. Wow. Then when I was at work, the guy that's the killer,
Triggery?
Yeah, I work with his nephew.
Really?
What?
Whoa.
He said he was he was a bad person.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like he was a good one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. As Steve said, I think someone would shit their pants if they heard that name.
Steve is eloquent.
We love Steve.
We do love Steve. So you had said that you were interested in the paranormal. Did that come about because of your experiences in your house, or have you always been, or kind of how did that evolve?
I was interested in it. You know, all we'd ever hear before would be like voices here and there and not,
Sure.
you know, and then you don't know if you brought something back with you sometimes or not, but we think it might be her mom, maybe the voices.
Yeah.
You hear a woman's voice a lot. So I was in the basement like 3 months ago and I heard a lady say hello.
Did you say hello back?
I'm like, hi. And that was it.
She just wanted to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was plain as day. I could hear the voice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you hear them in your head? Do you hear them like around the room?
It was on the other side of the room.
Wow.
Where I was at.
I would literally shit my pants.
Well, I was going to the bathroom too, and then the dogs were at the door. They were at the door, and we were at a party next door, and I thought maybe the wife and daughter came home because I could hear a lady talking, and the dogs left and ran to the front room. And then when I left, I came out and went back to the party, and I asked them, were you guys at the house? And they're like, no, we weren't over there. I said, well, the lady was over there again then talking to the dogs.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had a full-blown, I will swear on a Bible, I had a full-blown conversation with a guy that I was dating when I was in the shower. Door opened, he came home, we talked, and then I got out of the shower and the door opened again. And I walk out, he was in the living room, and I said, well, where did you go? And he said, what do you mean, where did I go? I just got home. And I said, no, I talked to you. I heard you come home. We had a conversation. He's like, no, I just got home. So
that sounds like a kind of a glitch in the Matrix thing. Like your timelines got mixed up.
Yeah. Of course, he was a dick, so he could have just been messing with me.
He was just messing with you.
He could have.
Well, we've had doppelgangers too.
Oh,
scary.
Audrey Heather would walk by and she could hear Audrey talking and she knew she wasn't home.
Yeah.
And she walked by her room before and there was some guy sitting at her desk. And
goodbye.
Then Audrey was in her room. She heard her mom saying, Audrey, come on out here. Come here, Audrey.
Was this before or after the demons were bound?
Before. And Audrey said, I know you're not my mother, so leave me alone. And then the voice stopped.
Oh.
Yeah, that to me screams demon.
Yeah.
And you could see Audrey walking around. You could see the back of her head walking around.
And she wasn't home?
She wasn't home. So.
Yeah, that to me is very, very demonic, where they try to sound like somebody you trust.
Mimicking.
Taking on the appearance and the voice of who's ever in the house.
Yeah.
And after they left, or I think right when they were here, so I can't remember, but my wife would see them walking by her and she's like, Audrey was just there. Audrey was there. And Audrey came in our bedroom once and she said, her Aunt Jill had passed away. And she goes, Aunt Jill was just sitting on your bed. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
And she would see so much stuff.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure she does. So do you guys, like your daughters and your wife, when you see these apparitions, these spirits, do you get afraid, or are you just kind of used to them by now, or kind of how do you all react to it?
Kind of used to it because it was like a slow build up to it. You know, not like I don't see like a full blown apparition looking at me or anything. You know,
not like Audrey does.
I'll see a movement or something and then get goosebumps or something. Except that one time I saw the shadow sticking through the stairs, but
yeah,
that was about it. But Audrey would see a full blown older woman standing there.
Wow.
And I said, did you try talking to her or anything? She's like, no, I'm not talking to her. And I'm like, okay,
Valid.
well,
Fair.
what she wants or whatever. Like the dead girl was following her for a while, and she finally told her she needs to go toward the light, and then she was gone.
Okay.
So I think there was a girl killed on the corner about a half mile from here.
Mhm.
So, and I think she saw another kid that was killed too, about 5 miles from here.
Wow.
He was killed. She said he was like 18, and he was killed in a car accident, and that's what happened to this kid.
Oh.
Was it recent? Does she get them recently, or are they kind of older spirits that are just hanging around?
I think it was a couple of years ago.
Okay, so pretty recent.
When she saw him.
Mhm.
So when they came out for the mediums came out, she was still seeing him.
Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Wow.
she's had a lot. I don't know what she's seen recently because she won't tell me much. So.
You asked too many questions.
I would be the same though.
I would too. I'd be like, tell me everything.
And I just sit down with like a journal, like, all right.
Yeah, we tried when the ghost team came out, they tried EVPs, but they didn't get any.
Mhm.
But they used the what's the meter called with the green lights and
Oh, to detect like
the
changes.
magnetic
Yeah,
field.
yep.
But
Oh, yeah.
they were in the basement and they were asking questions and they were getting quick responses.
Sure.
It said, "Are you a relative of Randy's?" And as soon as it said that, that went full thing. That's why I thought it was my
Your cousin.
cousin
Yeah.
that was there. And in my daughter's room, she would get activity in her closet, like
Mhm.
Heather's. Then when they took the meter over behind her closet in the hallway, we had a lot of the meter would spike right there up to about 3 feet high. But there's no power in her closet or anything like
Right.
that. So there was nothing that
No
would've-
reason.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and then we had a couple portals, one in
Okay.
my Heather's room, one in our bedroom.
Mhm.
So when they brought me in, the medium brought me into Heather's room. She said the demon or whatever in there, or the ghost would screw with you as you looked at your face in the mirror. Your face would start changing.
Change. Yep.
Ugh.
So mine started to change like a demon or something.
Ugh.
Holy crap.
So it was weird, but it wasn't scary because she was there with me. But
Yeah.
then she had me feel the portal, and you could feel the breeze coming out of the mirror.
Oh my
no
God.
way.
So
Wow.
they what they do is break the mirrors like in your mind.
Oh,
They
okay.
put heat to it and then cold, and then it's supposed to close the portals that way.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, don't break the mirror. That's 7 years bad luck.
They said you can't have two mirrors facing each other.
Oh.
Really?
It'll create a portal
Oh, okay. Thinking about
Anywhere?
rooms
anywhere.
in my house.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oof, I don't like that.
Now I'm worried about my bathroom because it has like one wall that it's like a long bathroom, and this wall, and this wall are all mirrors.
Ooh, that sounds
So
bad.
there's two across from each other.
Oof. That sounds really bad based on what Randy
Maybe I
said.
should hang something up and cover
Yeah.
that. Mhm.
Yeah, that's not
Mhm.
great. I don't
Yeah,
I
they
don't-
said it's not a good idea to have two mirrors facing each other.
Now I'm scared to go look in there.
I would just maybe have Skeptic Greg do it.
Yeah. He won't. My husband's a total skeptic. He doesn't,
Doesn't
believe in
believe,
any of
even
it.
though he's literally had experiences.
He's literally had ghosts yell in his ear.
Mhm.
Still doesn't believe it.
No.
I don't know. I can't explain it.
So we call him Skeptic Greg.
Yeah, well, I was in the front room and my wife was in the bedroom. It sounded like somebody took a body and threw it down in the attic. Like you could hear
Yeah.
Thunk. Thunk.
like the body and then the head hit,
Oh,
Holy shit.
and it shook the whole house. And
Holy
she's
crap.
like- she goes, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "That wasn't me." So I went in the attic and looked. Nothing was wrong up there. Nothing
You are
wrong.
brave. I would have
And it
nailed the
was-
attic shut.
It was right where Audrey's room is too.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
So, and then the first time we saged, because we were trying anything to relieve
Of
the.
course, yeah.
So after that, she said she could hear it clawing at the window trying to get back in.
Goodbye.
And then she said it was like they were taking a grill outside and dragging it up and down the deck. But when she went out there, the snow wasn't touched or anything.
Uh-huh.
So it was pissed off when we saged the first time.
Yeah.
Do you find that saging works?
I believe so. It seemed like it did work.
Okay.
I mean, it drove it out, but then they told us you got to salt all the entryways. And
right.
Yep.
then they put iron spikes on the four corners of the property too, and then salted all the windows with black salt.
Okay.
So
is there a reason they use black instead of white?
They said that or Himalayan salt.
Okay.
Like that. Something to do with black salt. I can't remember.
Sure.
I've seen Amy just prescribe that before to other families too.
And when the medium met Heather, I was at my sister-in-law's house. She told her, she said, you were messing with a Ouija board. You were at a friend's house. There was 3 of you, and you were the last one to take your hands off the pochette. So she could see the hag there, and then a hag got attached to her during that. And she said it had like 3 minions with it running around the house. So they had to remove everything from her. And I've always told her, don't touch a Ouija board. Don't ever touch it.
No.
And she didn't listen to me.
Those youngsters.
They were trying to contact the one kid's mom that had passed away. But I told her, you're not going to get contact with the mom. You're going to get a demon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to do that.
There's a special
chant, call on the Archangel Michael to return to sender any negative energy by thought, word, or action.
Yeah, they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, most kids don't, and they. I mean, I played with the Ouija board when I was little. Nothing happened, but
and now it just sends chills whenever I hear the phrase Ouija board. I'm like, nope, burn it.
Yeah, so she got the hag attached, and they removed her, but they said she was still kind of standing by for a while, waiting to come back in.
Yeah, I see.
Yikes.
Ouija boards are the worst.
She was trying to use crystals, to protect herself, but she didn't know what she was doing with that either. So we ended up burying the crystals outside just to get rid of them.
Really?
Yep. They told us. Then when my wife called the medium on the phone, she could hear the spirit on the phone too, saying, she's mine now. You can't have her.
Holy
shit. Oh, wow. The spirit referring to Heather.
No, to Holly. Because she had attached to her too.
So did Holly hear that voice or the medium or both?
No, the medium heard it over the
phone.
Yish.
Oofta, as we say in Minnesota.
Oofta.
Do you say oofta in Michigan?
No.
It's just Minnesota. Okay.
Funny.
Oofta mai. That's intense.
Yep, she could hear it, and it was drawing energy off of her.
That's really scary that they can do that like through the electronics. That seems to me very powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were turning the TV on, turning lights on. And
wow.
So we'd have to pretty much unplug the TV at night because it would just come on at any time with the bed shaking.
Crap out of me in the middle of the night.
Again, I'd shit my pants.
So even after the mediums left, like the day after or something, she said she could see tentacles on the ceiling.
The medium could?
No, my wife.
Oh.
while we're laying there.
Yeah.
They said that it would try and come back and scare you again and try and get more power off you.
Sure.
Then that's what it was doing. And I looked over at her and it was dark and I could see her moving her hand back and forth. And I said, "What are you waving your hand at?" She goes, "My hands are under the covers."
What?
Whatever it was, I could see it moving back and forth.
Oh my God.
Over her.
How, and I mean this with all honesty, do you ever sleep?
You kind of get used to it, I guess. I mean,
I can't imagine getting used to it. Good for you if you can.
Yeah.
Wow.
but it wasn't, I mean, the bed would just be shaking. It wasn't like it was raising up and down and stuff like that. And there wasn't like voices screaming at you and
Yeah.
apparitions, like on your bed or something looking at you. So, I mean, it wasn't to that point. If it was something like that, though, like a lot of the hauntings are, then we'd probably freak out. But
Yeah. When I was in the Middle East, there was, unbeknownst to me, so I lived in Bahrain, which is a little country, and there was an earthquake in like Afghanistan or something. And when I lived in the Middle East, I had a lot of terrifying activity over there, like horrifying nightmares. My cats would always look up. I'd see shapes. I'd see apparitions, just terrifying experiences. And so unbeknownst to me, there was an earthquake in Afghanistan, and I live in Minnesota. Okay, we don't have earthquakes. We don't feel aftershocks. We don't have anything. But I was in my bed and the bed moved. And I tell you, I did not sleep for a week after that. I slept with
Even after you found out it was an earthquake?
I didn't find out it was an earthquake until like a couple weeks later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did not sleep for a week.
Oh,
I was
dear.
up. It was terrifying. I was exhausted.
So,
Plus, when I would sleep, I would have horrific nightmares.
Oh.
well, that's, I got her some anointing oils because a friend of mine told me to use anointing oils.
Really?
So put it on your ears and then do the cross on your head.
Oh.
So I bought some anointing oils and gave them to my daughter and my wife.
Where'd you buy those from?
I ordered them online. There's like a Christian Catholic site.
Okay. Yeah.
So you can look up anointing oils with frankincense, myrrh, and
Yeah.
in them.
Okay.
So every time she used them, she'd have the most vivid, horrific nightmares she's ever had.
When she used them?
Mm-hmm.
See, and that to me,
Wow.
I feel like when you use stuff like that, it just pisses them off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
maybe.
I would do that. I'd have those nightmares and I'd pray. And, then I would go back to sleep and they'd be even stronger. So it just scared me even more because you try and it just pisses them off.
Mm.
Well, she'd have them where they would open the door up and it took on the shape of Audrey again, came in the bedroom,
Mm-hmm.
and it went to the floor and she didn't see it. And then something else happened too after that with it on the floor. But she's like, "Come on, Audrey, stop playing joke on me. Get up."
Yeah.
And look, and there was nobody there.
So these were her dreams that she was having?
No, that was real thing.
Awake.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Yeah, her dreams were just like real horrific killing and stuff like that.
Yeah. My nightmares where I would be getting screamed at by this like black cloud that the apartment that I was in, this space is mine and you can't ever have it and you need to get out, and I'd be shoved and in my
Yikes.
dream. And
Yeah, and right before they got here, the Dead Files team, that the activity ramped up.
Oh, yeah.
really, so they
Mhm.
knew.
I bet.
Yeah, Amy
They knew.
said they know
Yeah.
that she's coming.
Mhm. So
Wow.
she was, and then we had 3 mediums come through the house, the cleansing team.
Sure.
Each one walked through independently, and each one saw the same thing when they got their stories together afterwards. So
Mhm.
everything saw the same thing.
Yeah.
And they were from the Dead Files, or how did you find them?
Well, the Dead Files were kind of slow to send anybody out. So in the show, she says they told us, well, Amy's going to be sending this person out. They're going to send this person out. They told us all that they're sending people out. And then when the show was broadcast, it's like, yeah, and they're still waiting on somebody to fix their house. It's like, wait a minute, you said you're bringing somebody in.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We're
Wait a
waiting on
darn
you.
minute.
So we complained, and through the Facebook group, I got a hold of a team that used to work for Dead Files.
Mhm.
So they came in and helped us.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
And then didn't you tell me that a couple of the mediums that came through your house were also clients of the Dead Files?
yes, they each had a show too.
Okay. Do you remember which ones they were?
I can't see right now. I mean, I could send it to you, but
Yeah, I'd like to you watch
Yeah.
their shows and see if we want to cover those too.
Me too.
yeah, the one had a demon attached to him.
Ooh.
And then the other lady had like aliens and stuff attached to her too.
Ooh.
Wow.
She's the one that sees everything too.
Okay.
So does he. So they're both mediums or
Mhm.
and other things too.
Sensitive. at
Yeah.
some point. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. Well, is there anything you want to make sure we talk about? Anything you want to make sure our listeners, viewers will know?
Friends, family, others.
family, countrymen.
It's been pretty good so far. I mean,
Good.
it's not too bad, but they said we'll always have activity.
Yeah.
So
Even if you move,
yeah, because of my daughter.
because of Audrey, yep, and her connections.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the property here, I guess the guy hung himself on a property. So it's in the lady, I think the lady my daughter sees is the old lady that used to live here.
Okay.
So possibly that's her that she sees all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow.
Because when the medium got here, the old lady was outside that used to live here, I guess, and on the property. And she said, don't go in there. You don't want to go in there.
Oh.
It's like, great.
Yeah.
But I live here.
I would be like, okay, I won't, and then I turn around and leave.
I live somewhere else now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the house was built in 86. So,
1986.
yeah.
Okay.
So
So
this
it's
used
not
to be-
terribly old.
Yeah.
yeah, I think this used to be an asparagus farm or something, this property.
Really?
Mhm.
I never thought about asparagus farming.
No,
but
I guess I haven't either.
you got to have those asparagus.
mean,
Asparagus.
Asparagus?
So it was a rural place at one time. I
Uh-huh.
mean, because we're like 25 minutes outside of Detroit.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty close.
Yeah, that
I
is
thought you were
close.
more in the sticks. Okay.
No, it starts getting, at one time it was the sticks, and then,
Yeah.
you know, now you got to go a little farther out. But
Yeah.
Development. Yep.
Urban sprawl.
Yep.
Mhm. So
All right.
I haven't seen anything in the garage or anything with the guy that's in there. I think he's still here, but
Yeah.
the old lady, I guess she stayed too. So
Is there any room or any place that in the house that you go where there's no activity? Like if you need a break?
no, I don't think so. I mean,
Well, yeah.
it's been pretty quiet. So
Yeah.
I mean, except for a couple voices here and there that I've heard, but
Yeah.
that's,
Do they follow you if you go to visit family or friends and like you stay overnight? Will they follow you or do they just kind of wait for you to come back?
I think they follow Audrey,
Mm-hmm.
but she's the only one that it follows.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, she sees people everywhere. So,
Yeah. Blessing and a curse.
yeah. But she was at her friend's house and she said, did somebody die recently? And she's like, yeah, my aunt did. And she showed her picture. And she's like, no, this lady is about like this. And she had this hair. And, well, that sounds like my grandma. She showed her picture. She's like, yeah, that's her. She's in your bedroom right now, standing in
my
the corner.
Oh my God.
And the girl's like, well, I thought I could send somebody in there.
Yeah.
And then we went to another friend's house. And Audrey's an empath too, so she feels all the pain. And
Bless. Oh man, this girl.
I was talking to my friend and she was like, tell me about her mom. I had passed away. And so then Audrey came and sat down, and Audrey had this look on her face, and I'm like, what's wrong? She goes, how'd your mom die? And she said, she had a heart attack. She says, well, please stop talking about her because I'm having horrible chest pains right now.
Oh, God.
Wow.
So, and the lady lived next door. So Audrey did a walkthrough of the house.
Mhm.
And as soon as she walked in, there was a man sitting in the front room. And then there was a lady in the hallway. And then she got a bad feeling in the one room. But on the way home, I looked up the lady's Facebook page and saw a picture of the mom and dad. And
Yeah.
Audrey, I said, who's this guy? She goes, that's the guy that was in the front room. So she knew nothing about him before that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
And then,
She's like a little mini Amy.
Yeah.
yeah, and then Amy wouldn't talk to Audrey or anything. And Audrey couldn't be there at the reveal, which I don't know why, because she was going to be 17 at the time, I think, or 18.
Mm.
She was going to be 17. And they wouldn't let her sit in on it. So I don't know
Interesting.
why.
I don't know.
Weird.
That is weird.
And so Audrey didn't see the picture of the bullseye or any those
Mhm.
the guy that got killed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then when we were watching the show, she saw the picture of the guy, and she says, oh my God, that's the guy that's in the garage and walks through the house.
Oh.
Wow.
So she could
Mhm.
tell that was him.
That would have been great TV for her to be able to say that
Right.
on camera
Yeah.
at the reveal.
Mhm.
Come
But they
on.
wouldn't let her.
Yeah.
They said she couldn't because she
Did
was a
they
minor.
say it was because of her age?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, if you guys are giving consent, you're her
Yeah.
parents, you'd think that.
You would think it would be enough.
You think they would have said, yeah, okay, but they didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
We
That's
were
too bad.
hoping Amy would talk to her and give her tips or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. It would be nice if that would have been really nice for her.
Yeah.
If she
Especially
could have
because
done that.
it sounds exactly like Amy.
Yeah. Physical
Yeah,
medium.
we never saw Amy. We had to go in the basement for her to come in.
Mhm.
And then once she was here, then she was in our bedroom. And then we're in the front room. Then we had to go back in the basement for Amy to leave.
Wow, she's really
Wow, she was
nervous
really
about
afraid
that.
of it.
So I don't know what good that did her, but she was in the bedroom vaping though when she was in there.
She was what?
Vaping.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Amy.
People.
It was a good experience, I think. I mean, to finally figure out what's going on and get rid of what was here.
Yeah. And just have answers. I
Yeah.
would think that before I found out who it was attached to me, it was the unknown that was so scary, because you don't
Mhm.
know
Yeah.
what's going on. But
Well, that's why I thought it was demons because
right.
of what was how much surgery she had and how much
Yeah.
pain she was in. So
Yeah. Yeah, I thought mine was malicious too, but I was just too afraid. And he wasn't at all. His name was Frank, and he attached to me in college, and
He kind of looked out for you.
he looked
right?
out for me because he said I reminded him of his sister. And so I think he saved my life at least twice.
Wow.
But
yeah, we had got a couple of protective spirits
mhm.
here. So at least that's something good. That
Yeah.
Is one of those you think the lady from outside that said you shouldn't go in there?
yeah, I think one of them was the lady with gray hair and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
I guess you want to keep her around then.
Yeah.
yeah, I think she stayed. From what I remember, she stayed. So I have a whole report of what the
Yeah.
medium saw too when they walked through.
Mhm.
There was like a massive black cloud that was in the front room full of negative energy and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, I read that that the one that I believe the medium was named Holly, not your wife,
Yes.
but Holly.
Yeah.
And she said that she saw something that looked like bubbling tar.
Yeah.
And Megan and I just covered an episode. I can't remember which season it was or what episode it was, but Amy Allen saw something that looked like bubbling tar in somebody's.
Mhm.
I didn't realize that was something that like is repeatable.
It was common. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like negativity and bad energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This is also fascinating.
I know. Terrifying, but fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't think, I mean, I like ghost hunting, but I don't like it at my house.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I just do it on the outside and then come home and relax? Nope.
Yeah. There's got to be a way to like clean yourself off when you like
Just
metaphysically wipe everything away before you get in your house.
Yeah. Well, they will sage themselves too, and the feather, and get all that negative energy off of you.
Sure.
Yeah, they did cleansing on all of us and Reiki and stuff like that, healing and stuff. So all of us did that, and
good.
They saged the whole house, salted, put the spikes out, and closed all the portals.
Sure. Well, that's good.
That's a lot. That's a lot to do.
Yeah, that's a lot to do.
Yeah, I think they were here, 2 days or so.
Wow. That's crazy.
Wasn't bad. I mean, at least they came and helped us.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Dead Files is kind of all mixed up with the process of getting people in to help you.
Yeah.
Because the producers tell you one thing and Amy tells you one thing she wants done, but the producers don't follow through on it. So.
Oh, that's tricky.
Yeah, that's too bad.
That is that's a disappointment.
Yeah.
Well, we were waiting. It was like 6 months because they said they'd be here in 2 months. So it was 6 months. And we're like, well, where are they? And that's when we started complaining on the Facebook group.
Yeah, good.
And finally got help.
Yeah.
I guess Amy's fed up with producers.
Oh.
Doing stuff like saying one thing and then not following through with it.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can too. That I'd be mad if I told somebody to expect people to come and then the producers didn't follow up. Yeah.
Right. Because it's a reflection on her.
Exactly.
Yeah, her reputation.
Right. Right.
And the whole thing. So.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got somebody out there.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
All right. Is there anything else you want to make sure we all know, or anything else you want to cover?
I think we covered it all, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Randy, thank you so much for your time and agreeing to come on and sharing your experiences with us. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I just want to let everybody know that was just a little bit that went on with the show. There's a lot more that we could have talked about.
Which is, I know, and Amy and I have said that multiple times. It's like, we'll say something and like that, that didn't really make sense. And then Amy will say, well, they probably cut out the explanation. And
and two, it's weird because when you watch the show, I got these facial expressions, but at the end they have you make facial expressions to put in.
Oh, yep.
So when I'm looking like doing this, it could have been afterwards. So I'm like,
could have been reacting to something different.
Yeah, I didn't want people to think that. Well, he gave her a weird look over that. And it's like, well, I don't even know what look I even gave her at the time.
Like you told me to give him a weird look.
They could splice in anything that they wanted to.
That's what they have that extra film work because I think our reveal was over 2 hours long.
Yeah.
That's what Lance said.
Yeah.
The other guy
client we interviewed.
Yeah. It was 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he also said that she gave them all like a long list of things to do and they only talked about a few of those.
Yeah. Then I talk a lot and so I didn't say much during the reveal because he told me to, well, keep quiet because she's going to do it. And then Steve was yelling at me. He says, you couldn't shut up before and now you won't say nothing. I'm like,
you told me
not to say nothing.
Yeah. Sounds like they need to work on their communication.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I guess I could be on all the commercials if I went like this and swore a lot and stuff. I mean, but he told me to be quiet.
Yeah. Like, well, Dave over there told me to be quiet, Steve. I don't know what you want.
Well, it was hard during taping too, because me and him were in the basement. We'd be joking around and swearing like crazy. And you're trying to keep a straight face, and he's yelling at me. He said, I told you to keep it short, and you just went rambling on again. I'm like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was a super nice guy, though.
Good. That's good to hear.
He seems like, oh my God, if I ever met him, I'd probably just give him a big old hug.
Megan's got a little bit of a crush.
I do. He is just the best. He's so sweet. And
he's shorter than what you think, though.
really?
Really?
He looks like he's like 6'2".
No, he's like 5'8".
Really?
Get out of town and take a bus. Randy.
He was standing on boxes when he was talking to me in the basement.
Oh, funny. I love it.
Yeah, I think he's about 5'8", probably.
He's got a little Tom Cruise action going on there.
He's got to get those lifts in his shoes like Tom Cruise has.
Yeah, he's probably came up to here on me.
Wow.
No.
Mhm.
I would have sworn, I would have bet the house that he was 6'2", 6'3".
No, he's about 5'8".
Oh, that's so funny.
Mhm.
I find that often true when you see people in real life that you've seen on TV. You always think they're big.
I met John Travolta too, and he's not 6'2" like he says he is. He's like 5'10", 5'11".
Really?
Oh yeah, he's shorter than I was.
How tall are you?
6 foot.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Is John Travolta nice?
Oh, he's super nice.
Oh,
Super
good.
nice. I drove a limo for his friends. I was supposed to drive him around for the Super Bowl when it was in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody donated a Bentley for him to drive around in. But
of course, sure.
Anybody that wanted pictures or autograph, he was more than happy to talk to people. And super nice guy.
That's good to know.
I love to hear. You think people are nice, and then you hear that they're nice, and it just makes you love them even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ben Affleck. I saw Ben Affleck too. I was in the Superman versus Batman movie, and Ben Affleck wouldn't even say hi to you hardly.
He seems like a douche. Yeah, I'm not a Ben Affleck fan.
I used to have such a crush on him. He was my movie star boyfriend for a very long time.
No, Amy.
But I know. Now I know more about him, and he's a
not nice person.
So, yeah, I had a couple.
Randy, you are just name dropping left and right.
Well, we thought we'd volunteer for the Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
I met Ben Affleck and the guy from the Blacklist, the general.
Oh, not James Spader.
No,
I was going to say guy. Amy is
that's my original movie star boyfriend.
Amy is in love with James Spader. The leader of the CIA or whatever.
Yeah, he was super nice. He was talking to everybody.
Oh, I love him. Yeah.
And Amy Adams, I had a scene with her too, and she was just reading her lines over and over, but she wouldn't talk either.
Wait, you were in the movie?
Yeah, but all my scenes got cut.
Oh, that's shitty.
I was gonna say we're gonna have a movie marathon.
I know.
Yeah, the scenes I was in, I was in the funeral march for Superman's death.
Uh-huh.
And then
spoiler alert, Amy.
At the opening scene where the aliens are busting everything up, and Ben Affleck's running through the town. I was in all those scenes.
Yeah.
So that 1 minute scene took a week.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
No, they paid us, and then my car made the movie. I saw my car in the movie, but
there you go. Get those residual checks.
They gave us lunch every day too, so
as long as you get paid, I guess.
It was fun.
Yeah. Man, Randy, we are learning a lot about you.
Have you done any other movies?
No, I did a commercial for Nike, I think, with the Detroit Lions, but I still can't find that commercial. I don't know if it ever got produced or.
Yeah. So are you a fan of the Lions?
Yeah, but I rarely watch football anyway, but the Lions will never win anything.
Just like the Vikings.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, the Vikings lost tonight in the playoffs. My husband was screaming at the TV. I'm like, why do you get so upset over a game that you have no control over? And it doesn't impact your life.
Oh, it does, though.
Oh, it does.
I mean, for 2 hours, it does.
Yeah. 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 That's how
I don't.
Randy.
I don't like any sports really, but football's at the top of my hate list. So.
Any other names you want to drop just casually before we
No, not yet.
close out?
See if I do some more movie stuff, but nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let us know.
You can always come on and spill the tea with us if you
Yeah,
have any good celebrity stories. We love celebrity gossip.
we do. Any gossip, really.
Right.
Again, well, thank you so much, Randy. We really, really appreciate it.
Yep,
This is
you're
great.
welcome.
If you ever want to come on again, if you have any more activity you want to talk about, we'd love to talk
Yeah,
to you
we'll
again.
be here.
All right.
We'd love to talk.
Something flares back up,
Yeah, for sure.
I'll let you know. See what
Okay.
happens.
All
So,
right.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
all
Thanks,
right,
Randy.
thank you.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
All right, bye.
So do you want to say
Yes.
what we're doing next week?
So, next week I will be presenting The Darkening, which is season 6, episode 5. So tune in for that because she'll be good.
Yeah. That'll be a good one. She'll be good. I don't even remember that one.
I think I did it because it was in Wisconsin.
Oh, right. It's in Wausau, right?
Yeah, it's in
Mhm.
Wausau, and I went to college in Stevens Point.
Mhm.
Go Pointers! And we would go to Wausau a lot because that was quote unquote the big city, which it is so
How
not.
very fancy.
I know, we'd go shopping at the mall. And we'd think we were so cool. Oh, we're just going to Wausau for the day.
You know, like you do.
Just like you do. Let me put on my fur coat. Go out on the town.
I love it.
Yeah. So Alanism,
Yeah.
what? And let's maybe talk about what an Alanism is,
Yeah.
because people might not know.
Yeah, if you listen to our last episode, you'll hear the story of the Twitter confusion.
The Twitter drama.
The Twitter misunderstanding.
Yes.
Not going to go over it again. But at any rate,
But
I
thank
will
God
tell
you're
you.
still besties with Amy.
Yeah,
Because
it's fine. We're good.
Yeah.
So my dad, not Amy Allen's dad, my dad,
Amy Podcaster's
podcast
dad.
Amy's dad, passed away in 2019, and he was an old radio TV guy who loved the spotlight. As he aged, his mind faltered a bit, and he started saying some really odd and hilarious things. And luckily, my stepmom wrote it all down. So we end each episode with an Alanism. And I just want to clarify, we are not making fun of him. He loved having
No.
these read back to him when he was alive.
And when we went to Jenny,
Yeah, the
the
psychic.
medium that we went to, she said he was around.
She said he's here. He loves that we're doing
So,
this, and he wants to be a part of it. So this is our
So
way
this
of
is how
getting him.
we're honoring. Yes, we're honoring him.
Yeah.
His legacy, his career, and just who he was.
Yeah.
So we're not making fun of
No,
him.
we're not making fun of him.
We could never.
No, he would be the one to make fun of himself before anybody else did. So he was cool that way.
I only met him once, but I remember it was a very interesting
That
meeting,
was
in a good way.
Yeah, and his mind was half gone
it was
by
on
then.
its way out the
Yeah,
door.
it was
It was starting
definitely
the car.
exiting. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It had
It was warming the car up.
Oh, that's so true. Okay, so do you want to throw me a number? We have,
Yes.
for those of you listening, we have 89 of these phrases, and I often just ask Megan to throw out a number, and then I read that one.
Let's do 54 in honor of Lisa Marie Presley
Aw.
passing away at the age of 54.
Yeah, poor Lisa Marie. We talked about her last time, too.
She had it rough, bless her heart.
Yeah. So this one, I don't know who he's referring to, but the quote is, "If he doesn't, he's a square ass."
I see you, Alan. I agree.
I agree.
I don't know who we're talking about.
No,
but
I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know who we're talking about, but
speaking of fur coat, Amy's got her like little fur shawl on, and I just feel very underdressed.
it's
right
so
now.
warm and comfy. It's usually really cold in my office, which is why I put this on. But yeah, it's nice and soft, and it's this like,
it's giving me Karen Walker vibes.
Oh,
It's
okay.
giving me like Manhattan.
well,
You need a dry martini.
I do. I mean, I'll never turn down a dry martini. Did I tell you it has a hood too?
No. Okay, well that just adds now you look like a pink Red Riding Hood. I love it.
Yeah, I love it. It's super warm and comfy. And the dogs love it. So as soon as I put it on, they all come and sit on me. Well, I guess we should sign off, and
yes.
We will see y'all again next week.
Yes, thank you so much for listening.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Activity Continues podcast. We really appreciate you giving us your ears for a bit. Please reach out if you have a suggestion for which episode of the Dead Files we should cover next, or if you have a spooky story you'd like us to share on the show. We can be reached at theactivitycontinues@gmail.com or through our website or any of our socials. Links are all in the description of the show. Please feel free to drop us a note and say hi. And join us next time when the activity continues. The Activity Continues is produced by me, Amy, at Collected Sounds Media, and is part of the independent Collected Sounds podcast network. We are also proud members of the Boo Pod network of super cool podcasts.
Nailed it. Support for The Activity Continues is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for all your grooming needs. Manscaped's Performance Package is the ultimate hygiene bundle. Join over 4 million, with an M, million individuals worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code ACTIVITY at manscaped.com.
Hi, friends. Do us and yourselves a favor and check out our affiliate, 3 Spirit Drinks. They create plant-based, non-alcoholic elixirs that are cruelty-free and vegan, and they are designed to give you some of the benefits of alcohol without the hangover and other side effects. If you're looking to cut down on alcohol but still want the buzz, check them out. The link is us.3spiritdrinks.com and use the promo code TheActivityContinues for 15% off your entire order.
Hi,
Hey,
I'm Kristen,
and I'm Jennifer.
and we are the hosts of Haunted or Hoax, a paranormal investigation podcast where we investigate the legends, not the ghosts.
Our locations range from houses down in Savannah, Georgia, but
Right.
like how many bodies is too many bodies, you know?
Probably
Are you putting a number on it?
farmsteads up in rural New York. He just runs out into the lake and drowns himself, a la Virginia Woolf.
To hotels in West Virginia.
And then the next morning, he told the front desk how noisy the people in 409 were, and the staff said he was the only one on that floor.
But what if he really wasn't? Like, what if they were just messing with him?
Right.
Like, oh, it's Adam. Let's fuck with him a little bit.
Plus, once a month, we get together and go on a ghost tour and bring the legends and history to you.
And having candy thrown off the shelves towards you sounds more like a teenager than a small child.
Yeah, because a small child would just stuff it right into their ghostly cheeks and run away. That's what I would do.
Join us every Tuesday as we discuss the legends, history, and experiences from haunted locations.
Available wherever you listen to podcasts.
Bye. Hey, listeners. My name is Kayla, and I am the creator and host of a new podcast called Dark Tales from the Road. We cover true crime, spooky, creepy, and ghostly stories, and I want to take you state by state and country by country to bring you stories you may not have even heard of before, and also learn some history on the city and the state where it takes place. So join me on the road as we discover dark tales. New episodes are posted every Wednesday. I have an Instagram, Facebook, and a Patreon, all at Dark Tales from the Road. Thank you so much, and I hope everyone has a great day.